why the 3 quotes you got back for your refurbishment project was so wildly different. I've been following a post inside of a Facebook group of property investors who are discussing prices for refurbishment projects. And one guy had 3 quotes back for, it was a HMO conversion. And the prices ranged from 50k to 150k, then there was one in between. But let's focus on the 2 that are so far apart. So we've got one at 50 and one at 150k. Now that range is enormous. Now it's easy to look at the industry, it's easy to look at builders, it's easy to look at contractors and think one's cheap, one's expensive. Now, the reason that range exists is most likely down to the level of detail contained within your inquiry to begin with. And what do I mean by this? So, when you're putting together an inquiry for a builder, for a contractor, for a tradesperson to come and carry out any works on your project, you must get specific. This has been my long-standing message. Now, when you're not specific, you're being the polar opposite, which is vague. So, and when you're being vague, unknowingly, most likely, all the contractors, all the builders, all the traders have got is guesswork. That is all they can do. And they're going to place their guesses based upon you. They're not pricing the job, they're not pricing the building or the works, they're pricing you as a person. They're seeing you, getting a feel for you, they're getting a measure of you, and that's what they're pricing, because that's all they can price in the absence of information. So let me use an example of Rewire. I recently did a video on this very topic. If you're picking up the phone and asking for a price for a rewire of 3 people, they all have a perception of what a rewire is for a property investor. Some people will view that as they want everything on the cheap, so they'll go in low. Some people will view that property investors are really successful, all got loads of money, all multimillionaires, so we're going to go in high. And this is the big problem around when your quotes are uncomparable, because this is what's happening. Your inquiries are so vague. Now, how do you overcome this? You get specific in your inquiry. So when you're asking, we'll use the same example, when you're asking for a price for a rewire, we have to be specific in what it is that rewire means. Are we chopping in all the cables? Is it spotlights? How many sockets per room? How many rooms are there? What's the brand? What's the style? What's the colour? What's the finish of socket faces? How big's the kitchen? Can you send the layout? How many appliances are going to be in the kitchen? And now you might be thinking, now this is a lot of fucking work. This is a lot to do before I just get a price. I just want a price. Now, I'm afraid there is no shortcut here if you want results. You've got to do this work, send out the inquiry with the work, and your results will reflect the level of effort you put into the inquiry. Now, you might also be thinking, what does the specification look like? I have a free sample available. I'm not going to shoot into the comments because it's a pain in the arse. It is at, if you want it, again, some effort is going to be required for you. www.constructiontrainingacademy.com/sample. And if you type that in, a specification sample will be winging its way towards you on email. I hope this video has helped someone. Have a great day.